12 soul superstars, voices that changed American music forever, songs you've heard 1,000 times at cookouts, weddings, and family reunions, and every single one of them got robbed. We're talking about artists who sold tens of millions of records and watched other people get rich from it. Artists who topped the charts and filed for bankruptcy in the same year. Artists whose families still don't see a dime from songs the whole world knows by heart. These are the worst record deals in soul music history. And by the time we get to number one, you're going to understand why the music industry used to be called the plantation. Number 12, David Ruffin. You know that voice, that desperate, raspy, aching tenor on My Girl and Ain't Too Proud to Beg. I've got a sweeter song. David Ruffin didn't just sing those Temptations classics. He made you feel them. And Motown knew exactly what they had. But here's what the label didn't give him. Answers. Ruffin became one of the first Motown artists to demand a regular accounting of the group's financial status. He wanted to know where the money was going. That didn't sit well with Berry Gordy. When Ruffin pushed for billing as David Ruffin and the Temptations, the same treatment Diana Ross got, Motown fired him. Just like that. June 1968, he sued for release from his contract. Motown countersued. The case settled, but Ruffin had to stay and finish out a contract that was bleeding him dry. His solo career got minimal support from the same label that built empires on his voice. David Ruffin died in 1991 from a cocaine overdose. He was dropped off at a Philadelphia hospital. The man who sang My Girl was worth almost nothing. Number 11, the Isley Brothers. If you've ever been to a cookout, and I mean a real one, you've heard the Isley Brothers. Shout, twist and shout. It's your thing. And that last one, that song almost cost them everything. See, the Isleys left Motown in December 1968 because they were tired of being given leftover tracks and watching their royalties disappear into Berry Gordy's machine. They revived their own label, T-Neck Records, and in February 1969, they dropped It's Your Thing, number 1 R&B, number 2 pop. Nearly 2 million copies sold. Then Motown sued them. The label claimed the brothers recorded the song while still under contract. They wanted all the royalties, all of them. A federal jury sided with the Isleys in 1975, but here's where it gets ugly. The judge noticed the brothers had changed their story during testimony. New trial. The legal battle dragged on for years. Now wait a minute. The brothers, who wrote one of funk's greatest anthems, spent half a decade fighting just to keep what was theirs. Real talk. Only 9% of you watching this are actually subscribed. That hurts a little, not gonna lie. We spend hours digging through archives, fact-checking every detail, bringing these stories back to life because this music deserves to be remembered. And you're here because you care about that too. So if these videos mean something to you, if you've ever said, damn, I didn't know that, or felt something while watching, Just hit subscribe. It's free, takes 2 seconds, and it tells YouTube to show this to more people who love this music like we do. Let's build this together. All right, back to the story. Number 10, George Clinton. Parliament, Funkadelic, Flashlight, One Nation Under a Groove, not just knee deep.
Ready or not, here we come.
George Clinton didn't just make funk, he was funk. And yet, for decades, the godfather of the genre watched other people profit from his genius while he got almost nothing. Here's what happened. Clinton's former business partners and managers, through what courts later called fraudulent documents and forged signatures, ended up controlling 90% of his catalog. One manager, Armin Baladian, admitted in court that he had signed George Clinton's name to documents. Clinton spent over 30 years fighting to get his own music back. In 2005, a federal court finally ruled that Clinton owned the masters to 4 Funkadelic albums, but by then, countless sample clearances, licensing deals, and hip-hop interpolations had made other people rich.
Put your hands up there. Everybody, come on.
Dr. Dre sampled Clinton. Snoop sampled Clinton. De La Soul, Digital Underground. Everybody sampled Clinton. And George Clinton himself, he told interviewers he knew better than to expect royalties. All you're gonna get is up front, he said. Don't worry about the back end. They ain't gonna give it to you anyway.
Hey, beat don't bear me now.
Number 9, Mary Wells.
I'm sticking to my guy like a stamp to a letter.
Before Diana Ross, before Martha Reeves, before any of them, there was Mary Wells. She was Motown's first superstar, the first artist on the label to crack the pop top 10, the first to have a number 1 with My Guy.
He's my ideal, as a matter of fact. I know I must have found me.
In 1964, she toured with the Beatles. They said she was their favorite American singer, and at 21 years old, she walked away.
I'm stuck like glue to my God.
Mary wanted to write her own material. She felt she was being cheated out of royalties, so she sued to break her contract, and she won.
As a matter of taste, to be exact.
The court ruled she'd signed as a minor, which made the agreement void. But here's what freedom cost her: all future royalties from her Motown recordings. She took a flat $30,000 payment and gave up everything else. Nobody knew how lucrative those royalties would become.
Nothing you can do.
Mary Wells bounced between labels for the rest of her career. None of them knew what to do with her. By the late 1980s, her voice was weakening. She was diagnosed with throat cancer in 1991, no health insurance, evicted from her home, placed in a charity ward. The Rhythm and Blues Foundation set up a fund. Bruce Springsteen contributed, Rod Stewart contributed, Berry Gordy contributed.
I'm sticking to my guy like a stamp to a letter.
Mary Wells, the first lady of Motown, died in 1992 at 49 years old. She spent her final years watching other artists perform the songs she'd made famous. Number 8, Florence Ballard. Here's something most people don't know. Florence Ballard founded the Supremes. She picked the name. She recruited Diana Ross and Mary Wilson. She was the original voice of the group, a deep, soulful contralto that Marvin Gaye once called a hell of a singer, probably the strongest of the three. The Supremes went on to have 10 number 1 pop hits. 10. They were the biggest girl group America had ever seen, and Florence Ballard got $139,804. That was her total payout when Motown released her in February 1968, a one-time payment for 6 years of work, 6 years of recording sessions, 6 years of touring, 6 years of helping build an empire. She was pushed out because of exhaustion. The truth was more complicated. Berry Gordy had rebranded the group as Diana Ross and the Supremes, and Florence couldn't cope with being erased from something she'd created. After leaving Motown, Florence's solo career went nowhere. Her money was mismanaged. She sued for $8.7 million in royalties and lost. Florence Ballard died on February 22nd, 1976, 8 years to the day after her release from Motown. She was 32 years old, coronary thrombosis. At the time of her death, she was on welfare. Jennifer Hudson won an Oscar playing a character based on her in Dreamgirls, and she dedicated that award to Florence Ballard. Now, the next 6 artists share something specific, something darker, because up until now we've been talking about bad deals that could maybe be explained away, contracts signed too young, disputes over accounting, the chaos of a new industry figuring itself out. But what comes next? These are artists who had their legacy stolen in broad daylight, who watched the system work exactly the way it was designed to work, to funnel money away from the people who created the music and into the pockets of the people who owned the paper. If you've ever wondered why soul music sounds like pain, this is part of the reason. Number 7, In Vogue. My lovin', you're never gonna get it. Free your mind. Hold on. Don't let go. Love. In Vogue was one of the biggest girl groups of the 1990s. Heartbreaking, soul shaking. What's it gonna? 8 million albums sold on their first 2 records alone, 6 #1 R&B hits, more than any female group except the Supremes, and they were making 2 cents a record. Dawn Robinson, the voice that made Don't Let Go unforgettable, revealed what was happening behind the scenes. The group went to MC Hammer for advice. He was shocked. You guys are the biggest thing on the charts right now, he told them, and you're making 2 cents a record. There's something wrong with this picture. When their producers found out the women had hired a lawyer, they got punished. You guys aren't going to write on the second album, they were told. I'm revoking your royalties. Dawn Robinson left on Vogue in 1997. For years, people called her a diva, said she broke up the group over ego. The truth, she was the one asking where the money was. She was the one fighting for all of them to get paid fairly. In March 2025, Dawn Robinson revealed she'd been living in her car for 3 years. The woman who sang lead on one of the decade's biggest hits couldn't afford rent. Number 6, Sam Cooke.
I know you send me.
Sam Cooke changed everything. You send me. A change is gonna come. Wonderful world. The man could make you cry with 3 notes and a whisper, and his business manager changed everything too, just not the way Sam hoped. In 1963, Alan Klein renegotiated Sam's contract with RCA. On paper, it looked revolutionary. Sam got ownership of his future recordings, higher royalties, back payments the label owed him, but Klein structured the deal in a way that benefited Klein.
Send me.
Instead of cash advances, Sam received stock in a company Klein controlled. When Sam was killed in December 1964, his widow, devastated and unsure what to do, sold his remaining rights to Klein for $350,000.
I know when you hold me.
As of 2019, Sam Cooke's family receives no royalties or benefits from his music. None. Alan Klein's company, ABKCO, still owns it all. Sam Cooke's son said his father talked often about being ripped off, about the bitterness he felt knowing that, despite his success, he never got paid what he was due.
Darling, you send me.
The 2019 documentary Lady You Shot Me alleged Klein had a predatory relationship with Sam Cooke. Some have speculated worse. What's beyond dispute is this. The man who sang "A Change Is Gonna Come," one of the most important songs in American history, left almost nothing to his family.
Wanting to marry you and take you home.
Number 5, Little Richard.
Bum bum to the boot, oh boot, to the boot, oh.
We need to talk about where all of this started. Tutti Frutti hits the radio. Awa bapaloo mapala bum boom, rock and roll is born. And Little Richard, the architect of everything that came after, sold the publishing rights for $50. $50. Art Rupa, the owner of Specialty Records, convinced Richard to sign over his rights.
She almost drive me crazy. She knows how to love me, yes.
Richard's cut for every record sold, half a cent, not 1 cent, half. When Tutti Frutti sold 500,000 copies, Little Richard made about $25,000 total. The song changed music history. It changed the world. Mojo magazine ranked it the #1 record that changed the world. And here's what made it worse. When white artists covered his songs, Richard got nothing. Pat Boone's sanitized version of Tutti Frutti outsold the original. Richard didn't see a dime. He sued Specialty Records in 1984 for $112 million in unpaid royalties. The case was settled out of court for an undisclosed amount. Richard spent his final years in a Nashville hotel. His adopted son said his father came to a certain peace about it. He accepted that he would never get what he was owed.
That's what to do. I got a girl named Sue.
It didn't matter how many records you sold if you were black, Richard said in his autobiography. The publishing rights were sold to the record label before the record was even released.
Bum bum to the boot, oh boot, to the boot, oh.
If you ever wonder why the phrase slave contract exists in the music industry, this is where it started. Number 4, Toni Braxton.
Don't leave me in all this pain.
7 Grammys, over 67 million records sold worldwide.
'Cause when you walked out the door and walked out of my life.
Unbreak My Heart, one of the biggest ballads of the 1990s. The woman's voice could stop traffic, and her royalty check for $170 million in album sales, $1,972. That's not a typo, $1,972.
And walked out of my life, uncried.
Toni Braxton was signed to LaFace Records on what was essentially a demo deal. She was supposed to record songs for other artists, but when one of her demos took off, the label released it and kept her on the same contract. She was making 33 cents per album. After the label recouped expenses for recording, videos, promotion, and travel, she got almost nothing. In 1997, Toni sued to get out of her contract. LaFace countersued. She filed for bankruptcy in January 1998, right after a sold-out world tour.
So cruel without you here beside me.
At the Grammy Awards that year, people couldn't understand how someone with a multi-platinum album could be broke.
Don't leave me in all this pain.
Oprah Winfrey blamed Toni's spending habits on national television. Toni said Oprah was so freaking mean to her. The truth was simpler and uglier. The contract was designed to keep her poor.
Kiss this pain away. I can't.
A 10-year gag order prevented Toni from discussing the settlement, but in her 2017 memoir, she finally told the whole story. Her settlement, over $20 million. Too late to undo the damage to her reputation, but at least people finally understood.
Leave me out in the rain. Come back.
Number 3, TLC.
But he doesn't realize he hurts us so.
Crazy, Sexy, Cool. The best-selling album by an American girl group ever. 15 million copies worldwide. Diamond certification. Waterfalls, Creep, Red Light Special. And at the 1996 Grammy Awards, after winning 2 trophies, Chili walked up to the microphone and said 5 words that shocked the world: "We're as broke can be."
And but all he can say is, baby, it's good to me.
TLC signed their contract with LaFace Records in 1991 when they were teenagers. They got 56 cents per album sold, split 3 ways. After the label deducted recording costs, video production, promotion, travel, hotels, and clothing, each member was actually losing money on every record sold. Negative 19 cents per album each. Their music generated an estimated $175 million in sales. The 3 women saw about 1% of it. It's hard to believe that a group can sell 14 million records and still be treated so badly, Lisa Left Eye Lopez said at the time. But guess what? This is a cutthroat business full of greedy individuals who take advantage of naive young artists.
I think you're moving too fast.
TLC filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on July 3rd, 1995, the same year they were named Artist of the Year. They eventually renegotiated their contract. They got out of their management deal, but the damage was done. Left Eye died in a car accident in 2002. She never got to see the industry truly change. Number 2, The Contract. Before I give you number 1, I need you to understand something. What you've heard today isn't a collection of accidents. These aren't isolated cases of bad luck or naive artists making mistakes. This was the system. From the 1950s through the 1990s, the standard recording contract for Black artists, especially in R&B and soul, was designed to extract maximum value while paying minimum compensation. Publishing rights were signed away before the first session. Royalty rates were deliberately confusing. Recoupment clauses meant artists owed the label for everything from studio time to the clothes they wore in photos. And when artists pushed back, when they asked questions, they were blackballed, warned that no other label would touch them, told to be grateful for what they had. Little Richard, Sam Cooke, The Supremes, The Temptations, TLC, Toni Braxton, on Vogue. Different decades, different labels, same story.
Soul shaking up.
The music industry called these standard agreements. The artist had another name for them: slave contracts. And the artist who got the worst deal of all, the one whose story should make you understand why this matters. Number one, all of them. Number one isn't just one artist, it's all of them. Because here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. The greatest era of American soul music was built on exploitation. On contracts designed to steal from the people doing the creating, on a system that treated black artists as replaceable commodities. Florence Ballard died on welfare. Mary Wells died in a charity ward. David Ruffin died in a crack house. Sam Cooke's family still doesn't see a penny from his music. Little Richard spent 50 years fighting for what was his. George Clinton lost 90% of his catalog to fraud. Dawn Robinson lives in her car.
Stop in the name of love.
These aren't sob stories. These are the receipts. Every time you hear my guy at a wedding, Mary Wells gave up her royalties for $30,000.
He's my ideal, as a matter of fact. I know I must have found me.
Every time A Change Is Gonna Come plays in a documentary, Sam Cooke's heirs see nothing. Every time someone samples Flashlight, George Clinton probably won't get paid. The joy in this music is real. The pain behind it is too. And if you've made it this far in this video, you're a part of why these stories matter. Because we can't change history, but we don't have to forget it either.